another episode. Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Every single day, y'all. Every single day. You know why I say that? The reason why I say that is because you are now rocking with the best. There are a lot of different podcasts out there, but you are choosing to rock with your man, Captain Will. And since you are rocking with the best, keep rocking with Captain Will. Keep rocking with Captain Will. Hey, we got to go with today, y'all. We got to go with today, y'all. We are talking about our next opponent. Our next opponent is the Indiana Hoosiers. That's our next opponent. Indiana is going down on Friday. Going down on Friday at 5 o'clock p.m., 1700 hours on ESPN in Albany, New York. It's going down. You've made it to the Sweet 16, Indiana. Carolina will meet you there in Albany for the right to go to the Elite Eight. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. You stand in the way of our path to the championship. You stand in the way. You are standing in the way of our championship. Sorry. Sorry for your loss. Sorry for your loss. But you about to get the brunt of this Carolina basketball team that is hitting on all cylinders. Sorry for your loss. Sorry for your loss. Well, it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. Actually, it's 8:02 p.m. right now, Eastern Standard Time. And y'all know how we do business. Y'all know how we do business. We do business by celebrating various different things in Carolina basketball. We celebrate wins. We celebrate new recruit signings. We celebrate championships. We celebrate awards. We celebrate everything. But this celebration right now is going to be a little different. It's a little different for Captain Will. It's a little different for Captain Will. And it's a celebration of life. It's a celebration of life. And the reason why I say it's a celebration of life is before I came on this show, before I started going live, I learned from my mother that my great aunt had passed away. My great aunt has passed away. So this celebration shot is a celebration of life for my aunt, Katie, and everything that you brought to me in my life over the past, my 48 years of living. Aunt Katie lived to be, I want to say 93, 94 years old and was a blessing in my life. She was one of the few people along with my immediate family who watched me get commissioned back in 2007. And I love me some Aunt Katie. I'm going to miss her macaroni and cheese. I'm going to miss, her in general. So this celebration shot is in honor of my Aunt Katie who passed away about an hour ago. My Aunt Katie. Love you. Love you. Now, back to Gamecock business. All right, so Indiana is 26-5. Indiana is 26-5. And when you have a record of 26-5 and you're 14th in net rating and you have a strength of schedule of 29th, that means that you are a good basketball team. Not only because of those accolades I just mentioned, but also because you made it to the Sweet 16. It ain't no punks right now in the Sweet 16. Everybody in the Sweet 16 can play. Everybody can play. Now, it just levels to how good these basketball teams are. Levels to that. Okay, there are levels to it, but with Indiana stepping into the forefront and going to get all the smoke on Friday, we have to talk about Indiana because Indiana's not a basketball team that we played before. We haven't played them this season, so we got to educate. Tonight is an education lesson for Gamecock fans. Tonight is an education lesson because we're gonna learn what Indiana's all about. We're gonna learn what Indiana's all about. We already know about it big, we know how good she is, but we're gonna learn more about Indiana. This is a lesson. This is Captain Will's lesson. So class begins right now. Indiana Hoosiers. They've had some decent victories. They've had some good victories. They beat a Tennessee team. They beat Princeton. They beat Illinois. They beat Michigan. They beat Maryland twice. They beat Penn State, Michigan State, Purdue. Hell, they beat Iowa by 17 points. So you hear those victories, you're like, they are a good basketball team. Like I just mentioned, they're a good basketball team. They ain't 26-5 for nothing. But they had some big losses too now. They had some big losses. They lost to Stanford by 32 points. I'm just saying, lost to Stanford by 32 points. And I just mentioned they beat Iowa by 17, but they also lost to Iowa by 27. Okay? They lost to Ohio State. They lost to Illinois. They lost to Michigan. They lost to Oklahoma. That's why that game last night between Oklahoma and Indiana was a big game. That was a big game because Oklahoma beat them early in the season. Okay? And all schedules aren't weighed the same. All schedules are not weighed the same. I mentioned that they are 29th in the country in strength of schedule, which they are. But the Big Ten is a little different. Big Ten is a little different now. It's a little different than SEC. A little different than the Pac-12. Okay? Just a little bit different. And I say that before I say what I'm about to say right now. Indiana is known for having a very good offense. They are known for having a very good offense. They are right now 9th in the country in terms of offense. 9th in the country in offensive rating across the board. That's very good. That is very good. Not as good as Carolina. Just got to keep it real. They're not as good as Carolina offensively, but 9th in the country is really good. Really good. Their pace of play. They play, pace of play about 106. About 106 in pace of play. Carolina about 36. Okay? A 3-point percentage attempt rate. So I think this is going to be a key stat. I think it's going to be a key stat for Indiana's team. They're 111th in 3-point attempt rate, which means they shoot about 36% of their shots come from the 3-point line. 36% of their shots come from the 3-point line. That means a lot because they are 3rd in the country in terms of 3-point shooting. They shoot 40% from 3. They are lights out at the 3, and they take a bunch of 3-pointers. Remember that. Remember that. In terms of field goal percentage, they're number 1. Number 1 in the country at 51% in field goal percentage. Mackenzie Holmes shoots 67% from the field. So that definitely is helping their overall field goal percentage. Their 2-point percentage is 4th in the country at 57%. Mackenzie Holmes also helps with that. She is a presence down low that is tough to measure. She's a presence down low that she gets to her spots. She can score. Now, obviously, if they are number 1 in field goal percentage and number 4 in 2-point percentage and number 3 in 3-point percentage, they're going to be pretty high in assists, in which they are. They're 14th in the country in terms of assists, and they average about 19 assists per game. Fewest turnovers a game, they're really good at that too. Only 27. They give up about 13 turnovers a game. No, they don't give up the ball. They get quality shots. They are 10th in terms of assist to turnover rate. Offensively, Indiana is a talented basketball team. Very talented basketball team. And I have to say that and pause because they are a talented to very talented basketball team against teams that they played. Now, I know you're like, what the hell are you talking about? What I'm talking about is you can only play who's on your schedule. That's all you can play. You can play who's on your schedule. And the teams that Indiana has played against, they have played well offensively. It just happens to be that the teams on their schedule don't play good defense. The teams on their schedule, I gotta say that one more time. The teams on their schedule just don't play good defense. The best defensive team that Indiana has played is Stanford, who at the current time ranks 43rd in the country in defensive rating. 43rd, okay? They played two teams in the top 75 in defensive rating. A Stanford team, and they play a Princeton team. That's it. Nobody else. Nobody else in the top 75. So I always got to peel back that onion a little bit just to see how good. When I see a team that's so good offensively, I have to see who they played defensively. I have to see their opponents because schedules matter. I always talk about schedules matter, not just, and I'm an analytics dude, but you got to peel back the onion a little bit to make the analytics work. Got to make it work in your brain. So a team like Indiana, who is 9th offensively, while playing only 2 teams that are ranked in the top 75 defensively, kind of skews it back a little bit, just a little bit. A team like Carolina right now, who's 3rd in the country offensively in offensive rating, who has the 16th ranked strength of schedule, has the number 1 net rating, has the number 1 defense, while playing 9 teams that are in the top 75 in terms of defenses. And these teams ain't no scrubs. These teams ain't no scrubs. You're talking about we play LSU twice. Good defense. You're talking about a UConn, a Notre Dame, really good defense. Most of those teams really good defenses. You're talking about, Texas A&M. You got an Ole Miss. You got some solid teams that we play that are really good defensively. And we still have a higher offensive rating than Indiana. You're going to hear a lot about Indiana's offense going up into this game. You're going to hear a lot about it. A lot. Oh, Mackenzie Holmes is legit. She's reigning, Big Ten, all defense and all first team this and all this, that, and the third. Well, I'll tell you this right here. Mackenzie Holmes ain't seen no team like South Carolina. South Click. She ain't never seen no team like this right here. None. Defense in the Big Ten is a little bit different than playing defense in the SEC. And defense in the Big Ten is way different than playing the number 1 defensive team in the country, ask North Carolina, who is still having fits about the defense that was put on them. Previous game. That's North Carolina. There are levels to it. And Indiana about to find out that the top level, that the final boss in terms of defense is South Carolina. Indiana's about to play the best all-around team that they play all season. They about to, they've woken up a beast. I can't even say they woke up a beast. LSU woke up a beast in South Carolina in the SEC Conference championship game. That it's awakened. You can't put the beast back. It's here. It's here. It is here. You wanted a focused Carolina squad. You wanted a squad that was not going through the motions. Well, that South Carolina team is here. That South Carolina team is ready. That South Carolina team can't wait for Indiana in that 9th-ranked offense. But the problem is going to be, is that 9th-ranked offense ready for South Carolina? Is it ready? Is it ready? Offensive rating of Indiana, 9th. Our defensive rating is number 1. Okay, let's begin with that. Field goal percentage. They got the number 1 field goal percentage offensively. The best team defense and field goal percentage allowed is South Carolina. 2-point percentage. They're 14. They're 4th. We're 14th in terms of allowed. Their 3-point percentage is 3rd. South Carolina's 3-point percentage allowed is 9th. We will see who's the best. Put your money on South Carolina. Put your money on South Carolina. And in terms of their defense, so I do a whole little diatribe. I do a whole little a section about Indiana's offense. Their defense ain't it, y'all. It ain't it. It ain't it. I ain't saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad whatsoever. What I'm saying is they got to play out of this world. I'm talking about out of this world, the best defense they ever had in order to slow down South Carolina. That's what they have to do. Defense travels. Our defense is going to travel. Our defense, our number one defense, amazing all over the place. It's going to travel. Their defense is going to travel too. The problem is their defense ain't as good. They're 115th in the country. 115th in the country. Okay? Playing a team that's number 3 in offense. Yo, give me those odds. Give me those odds, y'all. Give me those odds. I take them every second of the day. I take them. Give me those odds. I want them. And not only that, with a defensive rating to being what it was or what it is, and the field goal percentage allowed, you're talking about 143rd in the country in terms of field goal percentage allowed. That tells me right there, you're talking about middle of the way. Middle of the way. That tells me they're going to have a tough time defending South Carolina. I think they're going to have a problem with our speed. I think they're going to have a problem with Kamilla Cardoso. Say what you will about Mackenzie Holmes. Mackenzie Holmes is 6'3". Kamilla Cardoso is 6'7". Now, it's not a 6'3" like an Ashlyn Watkins, who is 6'3", who can jump out the gym. We're not talking about who I think is the most athletic player in the country in Ashlyn Watkins. We're talking about Mackenzie Holmes, 6'3". And then you're talking about a player like a Chloe Kiss, who's 6'2", and coming off the bench, Sania Feagin, who's also 6'3", and Sakima Walker, who's 6'5". Our post players, I think will have a good time on Friday. I think they have a good time. And one thing we have to watch in this basketball game, one key thing you have to watch in this basketball game is you have to watch the fouls. Got to watch the foul trouble. Not in terms of us, because we got a deep basketball team. We play about 10. We're going to probably play 10 players against Indiana on Friday. We're going to play about 10 players for sure now. Indiana plays 6. They play 6 players. So if they get in foul trouble early, if a Mackenzie Holmes goes to the bench early, or another one of their bigs go to the bench early, it's going to be a fest. It's going to be a Golden Corral meeting. It's going to be a meeting at the buffet for everybody on the Gamecocks, for the post players. It's going to be something to watch. It's going to be something to watch. Let's go through a few of these comments that we're receiving. Go through these. I want to thank everyone. Thank everyone for your condolences. Thank you. I am a type person who values. I value life. I value love. I value experiences. And I value everything that has happened to me, both good and bad, because everything happened for a reason. And I believe in my heart that my Aunt Katie was on this earth for so long, and took care of so many people and touched so many lives. And I just think she was tired. And I think she just wanted to go home. And she touched everybody who she met. Beautiful woman. And I thank everybody for condolences. What's up? Elizabeth Anderson, Day-T, Karen Richardson. What's up, fam? What's up? Thank you for the $2 tip. I can't say your name, but I appreciate the $2 tip. David Caldwell. Hey, fam, let's pray for those Hoosiers of Indiana, because our Gamecocks is on a mission. Gamecocks are on a mission on Friday. I can't really understate how I feel with these girls. I don't want to understate it, but at this point right now, I think that Indiana is about to get the brunt of a locomotive that is starting in Carolina. And I've said before that I thought that the team was going through the motions. I thought the team was, a little overwhelmed with trying to keep that winning streak up. A lot of pressure for a young team. Well, win is Sweet 16 now. Sweet 16. And we are 34-0. 35-0 after Indiana. The championship is getting closer and closer. The Final Four is getting closer and closer. And we are steps away from getting that. Now, we can't look past Indiana or potentially Oregon State or Notre Dame on Sunday. Can't look past, because everybody can ball. But if Carolina plays B+ to A level basketball, we have no doubt of who the best team in the country is. No doubt. No doubt. Now, Friday, if we play C level basketball against Indiana, there's an opportunity for Indiana to beat us. There's an opportunity for Indiana to beat us. Do I think we're going to play C level basketball? Hell no. I don't think we're going to play C level basketball. I think the defense is going to play A level because of what Indiana's bringing to the table. There's going to be a lab. There's going to be a plan for Indiana. There's a plan. Just like there was a plan for North Carolina, because this is a team that we ain't never played before. So the girls are getting up for this. The coaching staff is getting up for this. Because this is an opponent that we ain't played before. We get ready. It's new strategies, new opportunities for greatness, new opportunities to be the best and show the world who's the best. Show the world who's the best. And please, there are subtle ways. There are subtle ways of the Gamecocks getting disrespected. It's subtle ways. You got to look at the ways. And one of the ways is, first off, we're playing at 5 o'clock on ESPN on Friday. Let me say that one more time. The number one team in the land, who's 34-0, who was 36-1 last season, who is the number one team by a lot, is playing at 5 o'clock on ESPN. Let's begin there. Not on prime time. You're talking about folks on the East Coast who had to work. Either got to get off early or miss the first part of the game. Come on now. Then on Sunday, what's the day before Friday? Saturday. So on Saturday, you got the two primetime games. You got the primetime games. You got everybody want to see, right? Everybody want to see a LSU. Everybody want to see a Caitlin Clark, because you ain't going to see Iowa. You want to see Caitlin Clark. So both of those games are ABC. But Carolina's playing on Friday at 5 o'clock p.m. on ESPN. While UCLA is playing UCLA and LSU playing at 1 o'clock on ABC. 1 o'clock on ABC, so everybody can see, right? And then at 3:30, you got Caitlin Clark in Colorado playing on ABC. Subtle jabs at the University of South Carolina. Subtle jabs. Be mindful of it. It's all right, though. It's going to happen. John Carter, Raven is blessed, mighty, and strong. I like that. comment. Raven is blessed, mighty, and strong. I love it. Adam Ritter, please win. Indiana can shoot the ball. They can't shoot the ball. They can shoot the ball. They can shoot the ball. They can shoot the lights out. But it's a little different. If you are allowed to shoot, you're going to hit a lot of shots. If you're allowed to shoot. If you're not pressured, well, Indiana's going to get the most pressure that they've seen this season. They're going to get the most length that they've seen this season. They're going to get the most athleticism that they've seen this season. They are going to get the most speed that they've seen this season. Not to mean the size, not to mention the size. So they can hit shots. I'm not going to front about that whatsoever. They can hit shots, and they can. I believe that. But here's the thing. Can they hit those shots against Carolina? And the second part of that, they got to defend South Carolina. I just mentioned their defense 116th in the country. They got to defend us, which has the number 3 ranked offense in the country. So who's on Indiana squad? Who on Indiana squad is going to guard a player like a MiLaysia Fulwiley? Who's going to guard a player like that? Who's going to guard a player like a Te-Hina Paopao? A Kamilla Cardoso, Ashlyn Watkins, a Chloe Kids, I go on and on and on. Bree Hall, Raven Johnson, so many players I can talk about. Who is going to guard these players? Because they are not good defensively. They are average defensively. So the biggest question that Indiana has is how do they slow down South Carolina's offense, which is better than Indiana's offense. I've said this but time and time again. Other teams are great at certain things. They are great. Like my man Adam Ritter just said, they are a really good shooting basketball team. Other teams are great. Offensively, they're ninth in the country. South Carolina is just a tick better offensively. So what they're great in, Carolina is still better than and has played better teams. We might see a team that is really good defensively. The best team defensively that's left in the tournament is LSU. That's the best defense that's left in the tournament that's not named South Carolina. It's LSU. We've already beaten LSU twice. It's not a matter of Indiana got to play their best game that they played all season. Not only the best game they played, I mean, they got to play better than the best in order to beat the Gamecocks. And then hope that the Gamecocks play their worst game of the season in order for them to win. Those are the hopes. Those are the wishes that a team like Indiana has. Those are the wishes. James McFadden, thank you for being a member, brother. Cap, what do you think about Carolyn Peck saying our bench will be a 4 seed in the tournament? I say she's absolutely right. She's absolutely right. Now, other teams don't want to hear that because we don't have a bench. We literally do not have a bench. Carolina don't have a bench. We just got players. We can't start more than 5 players. That's really what Carolina has. You can pick and choose. Because let's just say this right here. We start in Raven, we start Te-Hina, we start Breezy, we start Raven, Te-Hina, Breezy, Ashlyn Watkins, Kamilla Cardoso. We have these players that we start. But you can easily mix and match and say, oh, okay, instead of Ashlyn Watkins starting, we're going to have a Chloe Kitts, who's been starting a good portion of the year anyway. Okay, but she's on the bench right now. Instead of having a, let's say, Bree Hall in the basketball game, let's say you're going to have a Tessa Johnson start. Okay? Instead of having Raven Johnson, you got MiLaysia Fulwiley. Our 5 players on the bench, as we say, or as they say, MiLaysia Fulwiley, Tessa Johnson, Sania Feagin, Chloe Kitts, and Sakima Walker would for sure be a 4 seed. Because you got in those 5 players, think about this right here. Those 5 players, 4 of them are 5-star recruits. 4 of them. And the 5th is a 4-star player. So, and just in size alone, you're talking about Sakima Walker, 6'5", Sania Feagin, 6'3", Tessa Johnson, 6'1", Chloe Kitts, 6'2", Fulwiley, 5'10". Come on now. Come on. We have 2 lineups. It doesn't matter which 2 lineups we can play. So, for sure, Carolyn Peck, and I don't agree with a whole lot ESPN say. I'm just got to keep it real. My wife be talking about, but one day ESPN going to offer you a job. Well, I don't know. I be talking a whole lot of crap by ESPN. So, I just got to keep it real. I call a spade, and but I love me some Carolyn Peck, some Andrea Carter, you know what I'm saying? For L. Duncan. I just got to keep it real. And not many of them that I like, but I like them 3. You know what I'm saying? So she Carolyn Peck is absolutely right. Absolutely right. Lamar Donald, what's up, guy? And I didn't even read your comment. And you talking about Andrea Carter. Andrea Carter said they played like they were mad about something. She was wondering what Coach Staley's game speech was because they came out strong as Tar Heels. They beat North Carolina like they stole something. They really did. Like they were angry. Like, oh, y'all want to talk mess? Y'all want to actually think that y'all could beat us. From the opening tip, South Carolina whooped You got to say it like that. Whooped North Carolina. Whooped. All over the court. So Andrea Carter was absolutely right. He was like, yo, what did Coach Staley say? But these girls are like, yo, oh, we gonna get him. Oh, Danger Kelly. Oh, yeah, you on this list. You on this list right here. You on this list. We got you. Everywhere you go, we following you. You go to the bathroom, we following you. You go to the concession stand, go get a hot dog or some popcorn, we following you. You on Instagram, we following you. Wherever you go, that's how it was. We're Raven in MiLaysia. That's how it was. It was so great to see. So great to see. Yo, back to a little bit about Indiana, a little bit about them again. So the field goal percentage I already talked about it, 2-point percentage allowed, 122nd allowed, 122nd in the country. We're talking about 360 basketball teams, okay? So 122nd is not good, y'all. It's not good. 122nd allowed and 2-point percentage allowed, and that's 44%. So they give up on average of 44% of field goals and 2-point percentage, okay? This is the metric. This is a good metric right here. 3-point percentage allowed. 3-point percentage allowed. Indiana is 166th in the country in allowing threes. 166. They give up an average of 31%. Now, Indiana's number 1 shooting, or number 3 ranked team in terms of shooting the 3 basketball. They number 3. You know, South Carolina's up there pretty good too. South Carolina has a good old basketball team in shooting the 3 ball. I mean, you have to if you have a player the capability of Te-Hina Paopao. I mean, that changes the calculus as always. That has to change the calculus. And as good as a 3-point shooting team, that's what because this is the thing too. Like Adam Ritter was commenting about, they can shoot the ball. Well, Carolina shoots the ball better. Carolina shoots the ball better. So we don't shoot as many 3-pointers as they shoot. We don't. But Indiana's number 3 ranked team shooting the 3. South Carolina's number 2. Number 2. So we just a tick better than Indiana. So like I said before, like I said earlier, what they are really good at, we are just better than them in. If we want to shoot a lot of threes, if you try to pack the middle, which I guess they would try to do, try to slow down Kamilla Cardoso and Ashlyn Watkins down low because they got Mackenzie Holmes, but you got to be careful. Mackenzie Holmes, you have to stay in the basketball game because unlike your team, we have many options at the post position. So I am sure that part of the game plan is to get her in foul trouble. She is their best player. She is their only real big. South Carolina got many. So Mackenzie Holmes, if she get early foul trouble, just say, hypothetically speaking, and Mackenzie Holmes gets in foul trouble that first quarter. That first quarter, the game is over. The game is over. If Mackenzie Holmes get 2 fouls in the first quarter, you can go and turn the channel. If you're an Indiana fan and Mackenzie Holmes get 2 fouls in the first quarter, go and turn the channel. The game's at 5 o'clock. Go and turn on the news. Go ahead and turn on the news because you know it's going to be a blowout. It's going to be a blowout. Don't get your feelings hurt. Don't get your feelings hurt. Gonna get up in a hissy. Don't do all that. Just go and turn to the news. Going to get ready to go out. Indiana fans going to get it. Whatever y'all do to go out, going to get ready. Because it's going to be a blowout. It's going to get a blowout. If Kamilla Cardoso gets in early foul trouble, it's okay. Because we still got Ashlyn Watkins. We still got Chloe Kitts. We still got Sania Feagin. We still got Sania Walker. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Carolina has depth unlike most basketball teams in the country. We have depth. You don't. You have to play 5 or 6 players. Otherwise, you won't stay in the basketball game. Those are the facts. So you ask, so a lot of these teams who are playing 38, 37, 39 minutes of the game. Caitlin Clark just played 40 minutes last night. She has to play 40 minutes in the basketball game. They will lose. We don't have to play our players 40 minutes, 35 minutes, 37 minutes in a basketball game because we have depth. Amazing. Steals per game. Indiana's 270th in terms of steals per game. They don't get a lot of pressure on the basketball. Not a pressure. Average about 6 steals per game. So you talk about 6 steals per game, that's taking into account of all the bad teams they played as well. But at the end of the day, they are 270th in terms of steals. Blocks, 38. Average about 44 blocks a game. Solid. Now Carolina double that. I'm just saying they double that. They have a good basketball team, y'all. I ain't gonna front about that. They have a good basketball team. Indiana's not gonna beat South Carolina. Indiana, don't get all in the hissy fit of anything you read on Twitter, on social media, on Instagram, or whatever. Indiana's not beating South Carolina as long as we play well. As long as we play well. When you gotta play great, we gotta play spectacular, we gotta play all these words. As long as Carolina plays well and play Carolina basketball, the game will be won by 15 to 17 points. If Carolina plays great, the game will be won by 25 points. I'm just saying. Those are the facts. But they do have some good players. I already talked to you about Mackenzie Holmes, and 6'3", plays about 28 minutes a game, 66% from the field, averaging 20.7 rebounds, 2 blocks, two or three turnovers. An offensive rating of 121.3 and a defensive rating of 87.7. 87.7. That's a key metric. That is a key metric in terms of this defensive team, because she is their best player defensively. Mackenzie Holmes is their best player defensively, which is 87.7. Here's a fun fact. Here's a good lesson you're going to learn on March 26, 2024. Mackenzie Holmes is their best defender on defense with a defensive rating of 87.7. When I talk about levels to this, when I talk about levels and the final boss on the defense, and I talk about South Carolina, I just got to put it in contrast. Just think about this right here. Their best defender, Mackenzie Holmes, at a defensive rating of 87.7, would be the worst defender on South Carolina's basketball team. The worst defender. 87.7 will be the worst defensive rating on our team. But that's their best defender. This is their defender who has won, who's been on all defense like 3 years in a row. Their best defender. I ain't making this stuff up, y'all. I am not making this stuff up. Those are the facts. Those are the truths. I'm not framing this to say that she's not a good defender. The stats speaks for itself. She probably is a good defender, a solid defender. That just tell you how good South Carolina is defensively. Their best defender wouldn't make our top 10 on our squad. Ooh, woo! Carolina's good. Carolina's good. Carolina's really good. Really good. Cedric Pratt, what's up, my guy? Thank you for the tip. Really do appreciate it. Do you think Paopao will start next season over Lay? MiLaysia's defense with Raven in the backcourt with Watkins is fire. Yeah, that is fire. That's nice. But your two-part question. Well, I'll say your question. Do I think that Paopao will start next season over Lay? No. Not at all. No. I don't want to be like give a short answer, or I don't want to go like in a soliloquy about why I think that Powell will start over Lay. I don't think I have to really. Te-Hina Paopao is the best shooter in basketball. We can agree with that. She's the best shooter in basketball. Te-Hina Paopao also is our second best how can I say, lead guard. She's second in the team in assists to Raven Johnson. She doesn't commit turnovers. She's a heady basketball player. She's a smart basketball player. She is in the running for multiple awards this year for such. Okay? Her defense have improved astronomically since her playing days at Oregon. Okay? Te-Hina Paopao. And I gotta be clear. I have to be clear when I say this. I gotta fix my headphones. Gotta be clear. Te-Hina Paopao is still the best player on this basketball team. Te-Hina Paopao has changed this team more than any player on this team. She has changed this team. She has literally opened the game up for South Carolina. If we would have had Te-Hina Paopao on last year's team, it wouldn't have been how many points. If we would have won the chip last year, it would have been by how much of a blowout it would have been. That is Te-Hina Paopao. MiLaysia Fulwiley is going to be an amazing player for South Carolina once Te-Hina Paopao and Breezy are gone. She's going to be an amazing player, and she's going to average starter minutes. She's going to average starter minutes next year. She will. And I don't want to get caught up in who starts and all that stuff. I read some stuff on social media today. Oh, lady need to transfer. She need to enter the portal because she should be starting. MiLaysia Fulwiley is literally living her dream playing for South Carolina. Living her dream. She's been following Dawn Staley since she was a kid. She's always wanted to play for South Carolina. When MiLaysia Fulwiley is announced at South Carolina, you got 16,000 fans screaming her name once she goes to the scorer's table. That girl ain't going nowhere ever. It ain't about starting. Y'all, we us as Gamecock fans and us as women's basketball fans, we need to stop with the starting stuff. It don't matter who starts. It literally don't matter. For this basketball team, it don't matter. Because anybody can start. Anybody can start. For the most part, our 8 players, we talk about our top 8 players, plays on average between 18 minutes and 26 minutes. On average, 18 minutes to 26 minutes. You factor in Sania Feagin, who's now averaging a little over 15 minutes a basketball game. Okay? Our players are going to play. They're just not going to play for 37, 38 minutes, y'all. It ain't going to happen at the University of South Carolina. But what you will get, because we talked about the comment that was said by James McFadden when he mentioned about what Carolyn Peck said in terms of our second 5, being a top 4 seed. That's true. That's true. But it's true also with this caveat. The battles that the first team and the second team have, you are literally scrimmaging against top 20 talent. Our second team, top 20 talent in the country. You're scrimmaging the top 20 team, a top 20 team every time you're in practice. Every time you're in practice. You know why Chloe got better over the offseason? Because she was going against Ashlyn Watkins. That's why she got better. Because she was going against Sania Feagin. That's why she got better so quickly. So quickly. This is why she got better. Ashlyn Watkins got better from last year to this year because she was going against Chloe, she was going against Kamilla, she was going against Feagin. Feagin got better. All these girls get better. Raven got better. Bree got better. Te-Hina Paopao is going to continue to get better in a 5th year. Fulwiley. The jump that she's going to make from her freshman year to her sophomore year is going to be great, along with Tessa. Adele Tack, 6'6", is learning so much on the bench from these bigs, from absorbing all the information from a Kamilla Cardoso and Watkins. She's absorbing all that stuff. And when she's healthy, 6'6" Adele Tack is going to be a problem for the SEC. She's going to be a problem for the SEC. Those just the facts. A healthy Maddie McDaniel at the guard position is going to be a problem for the SEC. Joyce Edwards, 6'3", Joyce Edwards is going to be a problem for the SEC. I just don't get caught up in that. I just don't get caught up in that. So just dance, Power me start. Mm-hmm. Let me start. Lamar Donald Cap. I watched all the games last night. The only team that might be able to hang with us is Gonzaga. Our defense is the best in the class, best in the country. Gonzaga got a really good team. Gonzaga has a really good team. I was catching Gonzaga early in the season. Like, whoa, they can ball. They can ball. They can. So Gonzaga and Gonzaga in Texas, that's gonna be a ball. That's gotta be nice, man. That come on at 10 o'clock on Friday night. That's gonna be on. That's gonna be nice, man. No more home field advantage. No more home court advantage. Texas got a ball because Gonzaga can ball. Country Nutter, I like to see how we defend the 3-point shot versus Indiana. Yeah, I mean, I want to see it too. I don't see it too, but I gotta have the utmost confidence in South Carolina's defense. Utmost confidence in South Carolina defense. And then you got to see how they defend the 3, and then I got to see how Indiana defend us as well. I got to have way more confidence in our defense defending the 3 than I have for Indiana making the 3. There's not going to be a whole lot of open 3-pointers in this basketball game. They will be made uncomfortable. Now, they're going to hit some. They're going to hit some because they can shoot. But they will be made uncomfortable. They will be made uncomfortable. Now, you only play 6 players. Indiana plays 6 players. South Carolina runs a pace at 36 in the country. Indiana plays at a pace about 109. So our pace is about 3 times faster than theirs. So we're going to run them. We're going to run them. I would lose my mind if we start defensively like we started against North Carolina. I would lose my mind. If we start with a full court press on Indiana, it's going to be trouble. It's going to be trouble because that puts them in panic mode to a certain degree because they got solid ball handlers. I ain't going to front about that. They got solid ball handlers, but you're only playing 6 players. So we putting pressure on you defensively. You are using energy on offense to get to our defense, okay? And then when we get the ball on offense, you've already used some of your energy on offense, then you got to defend us, and which you're already not a good defense. I said, Don, just sick them. Just sick the hounds on them. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Sick them. We got more depth. We got more talent. Just beat them. Beat them up. Beat them up. Our 10 against y'all 6. Let's see who's the best. Let's see who's the best. That's what we got to do. Niecy Brown, give Indiana that special smoke, guys. Don't let off the gas. Love you guys. Niecy, thank you for the comment. Love you too, girl. Elizabeth Anderson, what is up? First up, South Carolina Gamecocks may have to play man-to-man. Defense travels. Our bigs need to attack the basket. Indiana bigs in foul trouble. Yes, and yes, and yes. Say less, girl. Say less. Felicia Redden, I said that just today. It's a different beast for sure from the West, my opinion. It's different. It's different. It's different, y'all. Felicia, you're right. It's different. Country basketball, SEC basketball is different. It's just different. You don't know the speed until you play against it. And that's like in every sport. In football, it's the same SEC speed. Now let's talk about SEC speed. Well, South Carolina is SEC speed, talent, and size on 10. On 10. Because you have SEC size and all this other stuff with SEC. But then you got South Carolina as the cream of the creme. The best of the best. So it's going to be a shock. I'm telling you, this is going to be a shock to the system for Indiana once they play against us because they have never played nobody this talented. They have not played nobody this talented. You got to adjust to it. You have to adjust to it. TD, what's up? Cap, here's a problem for Indiana. And their coach said it too. They're not a good rebounding team. Oklahoma had 48 rebounds, 17 of them offensive. Offensive. You said it. You said it. They're not a good offensive. They're not a good rebounding team. They aren't. You're not a good rebounding team. And if you're not a good rebounding team, well, this is the reason why they're not a good rebounding team, because they play around the perimeter. They play around the perimeter in offense, so they're not going to get a lot of rebounds. But if you're not going to rebound the basketball against South Carolina, you're not going to hit. I mean, our defense is going to eventually wear you down anyway. Over 4 quarters, our defense is going to wear you down because it's going to come in waves and so forth. But it's more so like when South Carolina's on offense and we're getting offensive rebounds. Offensive rebounds. Because Carolina can rebound the basketball. We can rebound the basketball. Now, Don got to keep them focused through 4 quarters. We got to keep them focused through 4 quarters. Now, it's a 4-quarter basketball game, and there are tendencies for a young basketball team to have lapses. Have some lapses. We see it from time to time. We might see it in the first quarter. We might see it in the third quarter. But there's a time where Carolina will have a lapse. And then Dawn Staley would do what Dawn Staley does, get them back focused. And then we're back to playing our kind of basketball. But if you're not a rebounding basketball team, that means that you can't keep Kamilla Cardoso, Ashlyn Watkins, Chloe Kitts off the boards. You can't. I mean, don't. And then that's just the bigs. Don't be confused. Don't be surprised if Raven Johnson have a bunch of rebounds tomorrow off the bounce. Don't be surprised if Fulwiley have a bunch of rebounds tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. Last game Fulwiley had 9 rebounds. 9 rebounds. That's a lot. Caitlin Clark, this is from Toronto. Caitlin Clark woke up South Carolina last year. Adjustments made and the beast was created. LSU woke up the beast at the SEC tournament. This SEC team, this South Carolina team, when they are playing, have the capability to leave, no doubt. I love that comment. I love that comment. I do. I love that comment. I like a coach. I like a team. I like a organization when they have an obvious flaw. When you have an obvious flaw on your team, you use the transfer portal to fill that flaw. And that's what Carolina did. Use the transfer portal to fill that flaw, and that has worked out better than anyone can expect. I remember the day when Te-Hina Paopao committed to the Gamecocks, and I was doing my research and learning more about her. I was like, oh, yeah, she's going to be a good one. Then I learned a little bit more. Oh, no, she's going to be a great one. She's going to be a great one. And then, being around her family some, I'm like, okay. She got it from the top. Her family situation is amazing. So she got it from the top and it just trickled down. And she's a great basketball player. Great person, great basketball player. It's the reason why Te-Hina Paopao has been ingratiated with South Carolina and with Carolina fans and so much, how much we love Te-Hina Paopao. You got some teams who are using the transfer portal to build their team. I think LSU already working the transfer portal. They already, they got a player, I think from Kentucky. No, Arkansas. Got a player from Arkansas. Yeah, Jersey Wolfenbarger said she committed to LSU. Okay. That's cool. Because he couldn't recruit nobody. That's cool, though. That's good. Good for them. Then I saw that Talia Scott talking about go Tigers. So I assume that she's going to commit too, right? Got it. You got to, whatever way that you are able to better your team, if you can't recruit, you got to do the transfer portal, right? Can't recruit. But you got the recruiting guru. That's what they tell us. Homeboy is the recruiting guru from LSU, but couldn't bring in no top 50 players in the country. I'm just saying, Carolina had 3. I'm just saying. Recruiting guru. So when you have to go to the portal, you gotta go to the portal. But when you go into the portal, you're hoping for players. Because you're hoping for top level players to enter the portal, but to get out of whatever situation they're in and come to your team. It's okay. It's fine. The second best player is Sara Scalia, 5'10" guard. She averaged a bunch of minutes. She's talking about 33 minutes a game, shooting 43% from the field, 43% from 3, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. She has a very high offensive rating. Her offensive rating is 125.5. I already just told you the numbers. And then she averaged, about one turnover. About 1 turnover a game, which is exceptional for playing that long and playing the guard position. Now, she's going to get some pressure on Friday. She's going to get some pressure. She's going to get some pressure for a while. She's going to get some pressure from Raven. So we'll see how that turns out. But when you have a assist-to-turnover ratio of about 3-to-1, that's great. That's great for her. Defensively, oh Lord, defensively is a problem. 94.4. So good luck. Who else I can talk about? Chloe Moore McNeil, 5'11" guard, 32 minutes a game, 46% for the field, 39% for 3, average about 10 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 turnovers. Her defensive rating is 91.9. Offensive rating about 115.1. Solid players. But again, defensively, they are lacking. And I lean on analytics a lot. Because I got to find out why the defensive rating is what it is. The reason that defensive rating is what it is because the individual players' defensive rating are what they are. You are what your report card says. I can't make it up. You are what the report card says. Yarden Garzon, 6'3" guard, 29 minutes a game. 45% from the field, 43% from 3, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, couple of turnovers. Her defense is similar to Chloe. Not our Chloe, because our defense, Chloe Skardashian Kits, her defensive rating is under 77. This young lady, Yarden, defensive rating is 91.8. Just saying. Yeah. I guess I can talk about Lexus Bargesser. I mean, she's all right. She get a little run, 22 minutes, but she averaged about 4 points, 3 rebounds, few assists. Offensive rating is okay. Defensive rating is below average. Sydney Parrish is their second best defensive player, 88.5, 6'2" guard, 27 minutes a game. I just don't. If you don't play good defense, you have a problem beating South Carolina. You have a problem to be in the game. You have a problem. A team that could beat South Carolina. This is the recipe for a team that could beat South Carolina. A team that can beat South Carolina is a team, number one, that plays defense. Because you got to make Carolina feel uncomfortable. If we are comfortable, you're already done. If Raven Johnson got that bounce to the step, MiLaysia Fulwiley is feeling the stuff. If Watkins and Kamilla Cardoso are comfortable, the game is over. It's over. So you got to have a defense that will give us problems and make our girls feel uncomfortable. A defense like a UConn, a defense like a LSU. Those are the teams that will make us feel uncomfortable. Notre Dame got an underrated defense. They got a good defense. Those are the ones. So that's number one. You have to make us feel uncomfortable on offense. Indiana does not make us feel uncomfortable. You have to be a really good rebounding team, more specifically an offensive rebounding team. Indiana is not. A team that makes that rebounds the basketball well is a team like LSU. They rebound the basketball well. A team like possibly UCLA, they rebound the basketball well. And then third and finally, you have to have the best game of your life. We have to commit a ton of turnovers. We have to be in foul trouble. We have to shoot about 35% overall from the field. We have to be off shooting the 3 ball. A whole calamity of errors got to happen for South Carolina in order for you to be in the basketball game. That's a whole lot of hoping by Indiana. That's a whole lot of hoping. I just don't think they can do it. I'm going to go through a few more questions. Urban Pageant, hey Cap, how our second team could be starting on any team and how far you think would be in the tournament? I think our second team would, depending on who our second team would have on the bench, I think our second team would probably be, if not in the Sweet 16, they would have lost the previous round close. That's our second team. Like, woo. Just keeping it real. Michael Hare, is Tessa Dawn's first pure shooter as a freshman? Yes. Tessa Johnson is the best freshman shooter. Let me go to my Rolodex. Yeah. Tessa Johnson's the best freshman shooter we've ever had. In the Dawn Staley era, which means in the South Carolina era, Tessa Johnson is the best pure shooter as a freshman that we've ever had. That shot is so pure. I mean, she's shooting 44% from 3. 44% from 3. And if Tessa gets hot, it's a wrap. We just saw that on Sunday. We just saw that on Sunday. Lamar McDonald, UCLA will show LSU their door. This is it for them. We got 10 starters. UCLA definitely can beat LSU. They definitely can beat. I was surprised when they had LSU as a favorite, like 3 points, 2 points, whatever the case may be. I just don't know, man. I just like LSU. I UCLA got too much depth for them. It's just too much depth. I'll be there to see it. I'll be there to see it, watching all of it. I'm telling you. But I think UCLA going to beat LSU. I think UCLA is going to beat, if Iowa makes it past Colorado, I think UCLA will beat them too. I do. Robert Whitaker, I'm not worried about Indiana. They're too slow and unathletic. Holmes hasn't seen a girl like Cardoso or Watkins in the Big Ten, for sure. They have not seen. It's hard to measure. It's hard to put in context. You see, Indiana will literally be playing, according to defensive rating. Like I said, according to defensive rating, the 2 best post player defenders. Now, Cameron Brink got a low defensive rating as well. She's exceptional defensively. But in Ashlyn Watkins and Cardoso, the best 2 combination, tag team. I just finished watching wrestling. Tag team combination in the country. Ashlyn Watkins, Kamilla Cardoso. The best 2. Okay? So Holmes had never seen nothing like that. She never seen nothing like that. That is going to be interesting to see how Indiana as a team defends that. Because she got to defend those girls too. She got to defend those girls. Amy KK, Don wants to play on Friday and Sunday, so the next weekend in the Final Four, we got an extra day of rest. Schedules do matter. Look how many of our seasoned opponents are still in the dance. You're absolutely right, Amy KK. Thank you for your comment. You are absolutely right. How many opponents that we play are still in the dance? Notre Dame, still rocking. LSU, still rocking. Duke, still rocking. UConn, still rocking. 4 out of the 16 teams that we played are still in the tournament. Schedules matter. Do never let nobody tell you anything different. Schedules matter. When we're playing a tough schedule and you prepping, because a lot of these teams, like, oh man, we're going to be playing these tough teams in the tournament, in the Final Four, the Elite 8, something like that. We already played the tough teams. This is in some cases going to be a rematch. Not afraid to lose. I love teams that's not afraid to lose. So you schedule tough games. UConn has had a injury-filled season, but they've played some really tough games and non-conference games, and they are where they are. I'm proud of Duke. Of where they are. I love me some Carol Lawson. It's just awesome, you know. It's just good. So what you said is so freaking true. It is so true. Yeah. Good comment. Life is square. I bench it so deep. Yes. Reggie, seatbelt crew. That's what MiLaysia Fulwiley said. Show right. She is reweighing. Watkins and Feagin need to stay out of foul trouble. Yeah, I agree with they need to stay out of foul trouble to to play at our best. But when you have depth, I think that helps a lot. Because everybody's not going to foul trouble. Kamilla, Watkins, Feagin, Chloe, everybody get in foul trouble. And you got Sakima coming off the bench. I mean, everybody can get in foul trouble, but I agree with you on that one. TD, Watkins needs to set up on a low block, nothing else. They have no one to check her. They don't have anyone to check her. Country Notary, we really don't have a bench. We have rotations. Say less. That is the truth. Robert, Watkins should eat in this game. They have no answers for her. Because the matchup that people are glamoring for is Mackenzie Holmes against Kamilla Cardoso. But the matchup that nobody's talking about is whoever is going to guard Watkins. And when I assume they're going to have to keep Holmes on Cardoso a good portion of the time she's in there, but she only played about 27 minutes now. She get tired. She get a little tired now. I'm just saying. So tomorrow might be a time where you got to run that track meet. It's tough. trying to run with that gazelle named Kamilla Cardoso. It's tough. You can't run with Ashlyn Watkins. Ashlyn Watkins is like a 400 sprinter. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just keeping it real. It's tough. Derek Smalling. Hey, Cap, I grew up in Indiana and basketball is king, but come Friday, the Indiana girls is going to have to settle for being queens. Because Don and the crew will become the kings. I like the comment, brother. I like the comment. Thank you for watching, too. Thank you for watching. And yeah. Thank you for watching and contributing to this process known as Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. And yeah, it's really dope experience, you know, having being able to talk about Gamecocks women's basketball all the time. I really love it. It's really like legitimately sometimes like therapy. Sometimes like therapy, real talk. It's really good. It's really good. So I appreciate all that stuff and life, you know. Appreciate all that. And speaking of life, you know, I always talk about in terms of eating better, education of your health and working out, all those different things, and we all got to do more. I got to do more myself. I gotta eat better and work out more. But you know, when I was in the military, we did that stuff every single day at 6 o'clock in the morning. Rain, sleet, snow, don't matter. You get a little lax when you retire. But I got to get back into it. And a good product is Live Strong. Live Strong is a dope product, y'all. Live Strong is a dope product that help you, you know, create a better life. And a lot of us are, you know, deficient in vitamin A and vitamin C and magnesium and vitamin D. Hell, I got to take a vitamin D pill, you know, to help with my living. So, but everybody needs to work on their fitness to get better. And people of color, I don't know what it is, but people of color, everything gets us. No, it could be the pig feet, could be the sweet tea, could be whatever, you know. But you just gotta do better. And this product Live Good. It's dope. It's a dope product, y'all. Y'all need to check it out. It's a dope product. And it will help you become a better you. And it'll help you your vitamin D. Your vitamin D is a big part of, you know, strong bones and things like that. Just help you, you know. Email me if you are interested in this product called Live Good. And email me capscorner@yahoo.com. And I'll definitely put you in contact with with individuals who are promoting this product of good living. And anyone who wants me to, if you are a business owner, if you are a business, whatever, and you're trying to get your jump off going on, hit me up. Shout me out. Email me at capscorner@yahoo.com. And we'll figure some out. We'll do some I'll promote your stuff. I will promote your stuff for sure. James Jones, great job, Captain Will. You're 100% correct. Lay got mega NIL deals coming off the bench and on an undefeated team. Imagine that. James Jones said Lay got mega NIL deals coming off the bench and on an undefeated team. It doesn't matter if you start. It matters when you are in the game and you ball out. That's when it matters. First thing was that little Mr. Seafood. Yo, I broke bread with Mr. Seafood on Saturday. Great guy. And if y'all, I know this is just a plug. This is a plug for Mr. Seafood. If y'all in Columbia, y'all go check out Mr. Seafood. The food is on point. Great people. Met him and his wife. They're talking about getting a spot over here in Charlotte in Tryon Street. And I know I'm gonna be checking that one out. So check out Mr. Seafood. Patience is okay when you're behind All-American teammates. Iron sharpens iron. Thank you, James Jones. You're reiterating what I said before. This is what it is. Iron sharpens iron. When you have the capability and you are playing against All-American, regardless of what this mess that these media folks say about All-Americans, whatevers. Kamilla Cardoso is an All-American. Okay? Te-Hina Paopao is an All-American. You have multiple All-SEC players on this basketball team. And those 5 players on the bench practice against them all the time. So Leia's getting better. Tessa's getting better by playing against these players. That's how they're getting better. Not by transferring out so I want to play 35, 36, 37 minutes a game. No. Last time I thought it was about becoming a better basketball player. The way you become a better basketball player is being around other better basketball players. Iron sharpens iron. That's what my man said. Not being the big dog on the team where everybody's catering to you. But I'm talking about equal footing, where everybody's great, where everybody can learn. Makes everybody better. Makes everybody better. That's the University of South Carolina. I don't know another team, possibly UConn, but I don't know another team where the culture of the coach, the culture of our university, the culture of this basketball team, literally from the ground up as a freshman to a senior at the University of South Carolina, where you play, practice, scrimmage, compete against the best. Against the best. I don't know another squad. I really don't. I don't know another squad. And that's not me saying, me being a homer and just saying like, yo, that I'm a rock with Carolina until the wheels fall off. I'm just keeping it real. Other than maybe UConn, I don't know another team that recruits the way South Carolina recruits and keep their players as long as Carolina does. I don't know other teams. I just don't. I mean, just look at the player. Just look at the teams that's in the tournament right now. UCLA, they really good at it. They really good at it. Colorado just getting them to start. LSU, no, they're living off the transfer portal right now. Iowa, no, we didn't even know who Iowa was. We know how Iowa was before Caitlin Clark. Southern Cal, no. Now they got a couple of girls who coming in. They got a couple of girls who coming in who are really nice, but I think eventually, but a good portion of their team, we talking about transfer portal and things. They got a young team, but they building. They got them. Baylor not since Mulkey left. Duke, Carol Lawson is working something. If they able to get Sarah Strong, I don't know. They working some stuff down in Indiana. Okay. Oregon State, no. North Carolina State, no. Stanford, I think at Stanford, yeah. They got that legacy. Texas is on the come up. And they got a couple more players who's coming. They got a couple more players, Justice Carlton, Jordan Lee. Some ballers. Keep an eye on them for next year. They're going to be really, really good. Gonzaga got that thing going. Gonzaga, a mid-American, not a mid-American, mid-major type vibe, But the teams I listed in the top 16 right now in the Sweet 16, Carolina's heads and shoulders above in terms of recruiting, in terms of players staying for 4 years, because we're always going to get a transfer. We're going to get a transfer or two. It's going to happen. That's the space that we're in. That's the space that we're in. But Carolina is notches above others. And we got to appreciate it. We got to love it. We got to continue to work on that and to support everything that this team is doing. This includes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I told you before, it's the best podcast talking Gamecocks across the land. It's a lot of good podcasts. It's a lot of them, but ain't none of them is this right now. It ain't just me being Captain Will. If you watching me right now, it's the best podcast by Gamecocks. It is. It just is. I'm just giving you the real and just having you. When you turn into this podcast, you're gonna have fun. You're gonna be enlightened, and you're gonna learn a little something. And that's what I want to continue to give. I want to continue to give it. And as long as y'all continue to rock with your man, Captain Will, I will be here. I will be here because you're rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, continue to rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.